television show Doctor Who is a British sci-fi show following the adventures of the alien called the Doctor as he travels through space and time, interacting with historical figures, other aliens, and plain old human beings. The show began in 1963 as a children's television series on the British Broadcasting Channel, BBC, and ran until 1989. Following a hiatus and a television film in 1996, the show resumed in 2005 with a new format and a more action-y feel. The story remained the same, however, and the Doctor still starred as the main character. But has the Doctor really been the same person throughout the show? To begin with, we ask, Doctor Who? Who is the person we are discussing?
And who the hell are you anyway?
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
Basically, the Doctor is an alien called a Time Lord, who has been traveling for centuries throughout time and space. But what really makes his character's personhood worth discussing is a particular ability of his race called regeneration.
Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. Except it means I'm going to change. And I'm not going to see you again. Not like this. Not with this daft old face.
Each time the Doctor regenerates, his appearance, quirks, and overall personality change. However, he keeps the same name, and his general principles remain the same. Often, the new regeneration needs a period of adjustment.
Hello. Okay. New teeth. That's weird. So where was I?
Who are you?
I don't know yet. I'm still cooking. Be honest. How do I look?
Different.
Good different or bad different?
Just different.
Am I ginger?
No, you're just sort of brown.
Yeah, I wanted to be ginger. I've never been ginger. And you, Rose Tyler, fella how good you were. You gave up on me. Oh, that's rude. That's what man I am now, am I? Rude. Rude and not ginger. I'm sorry, who is this? I'm the Doctor.
He's the Doctor.
But soon enough, each regeneration asserts himself as the Doctor.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Looking at this process through the lens of Cartesian dualism, the body of the Doctor changes, but the mind remains the same. And yet, there is often a great contrast between one regeneration and the next, despite each regeneration remembering the previous.
Do you know what they call me in the ancient legends of the Dalek homeworld? The oncoming storm.
Hey, don't be alarmed, I come in.
Alert, intruder detect.
Perhaps the Kashinawa have it right, and some part of one's knowledge lies in the physical body, even outside the brain. As they attribute disposition to the liver, perhaps literally growing new organs causes the changes in the Doctor.
Kidneys! I've got new kidneys! I don't like the colour.
Off your kidneys.
But then there is the chameleon arch. This device separates the Doctor's Time Lord essence from his physical body and turns him into a human in order to hide from more malignant aliens. On the one hand, this change in biology causes his personality to become much harsher, supporting the Kashinawan view.
And I wanted a little word. Your marks aren't quite good enough.
I'm top 10 of my class, sir.
Now, be honest, Timothy, you should be the very top.
Stop it. Immediate action. Didn't I tell you, sir, the stupid boy's useless? Permission to give Latimer a beating, sir.
What class, Mr. Smith?
Permission granted.
Right. Come with me, you little oik.
On the other hand, this process separates his Time Lord identity and places it into a pocket watch, a literal separation of mind and body. So some part of the Doctor's experiences and personhood can exist independently from his body, supporting the Cartesian view.
This watch is me. Everything I am is kept safe in there.
On the other hand, this human doctor, who takes the name John Smith, still dreams about his past experiences as the Doctor, and makes a very doctor-like decision to sacrifice himself to save his friends, reinforcing the idea that he is in some way still the same person. In his essay, Just as I Was Getting to Know Me, Patrick Stokes presents the idea that we can consider all the Doctors together as one person, and each regeneration as a person stage, distinct from all those before and after. What links them together is a shared timeline and set of core principles. However, what happens when you have multiple Doctors, as often happens in this time travel show? Is this somehow multiple instances of the same person? Or does the fact that they all act as independent agents mean they are separate people? Despite all its tangles and folding back on itself, the Doctor does have a continuous timeline. Sometimes he is able to remember his past actions, sometimes not, but what happens to past selves always affects the future ones.
Do it.
I didn't work it out. I didn't have to.
You remembered.
Because you will remember.
You remembered being me, watching you doing that. You only knew what to do because I saw you do it.
So what ties the Doctor's different regenerations together is this continuation in his own timeline, supported by his core principles. But what about when he breaks those core principles? When the Doctor himself denies a regeneration as part of his personhood?
I've had many faces, many lives. I don't admit all of them. There's one life I've tried very hard to forget.
One of the Doctor's greatest enemies is a race called the Daleks, who hate and seek to exterminate all non-Dalek life. The Doctor is forced to break his more pacifist ways to stop them and the threat they pose, but what happens when he must destroy other life to do it?
Doctor, the range of this transmitter covers the entire Earth.
Hello, the Doctor, the great exterminator.
I'll do it!
Then prove yourself, Doctor. What are you, coward or killer?
Coward. Any day.
In his 9th regeneration, the Doctor chooses to fight a seemingly hopeless battle, rather than take out the Earth to easily end the Dalek threat there, putting pacifism and his value of other lives before practicality. But this has not always been the case.
The Time War.
I thought that was just a legend.
I was there. The war between the Daleks and the Time Lords, with the whole of creation at stake. My people were destroyed, but they took the Daleks with them. I almost thought it was worth it.
Time Lords of Gallifrey, Daleks of Skaro, I serve notice on you all. Too long I have stayed my hand, no more. Today, you leave me no choice. Today, this war will end. No more. No more.
In the regeneration between the 8th and 9th Doctors, the Doctor chooses to end the Time War by destroying both the Daleks and his own race, the Time Lords. These actions are so drastic that in later regenerations, he doesn't consider this regeneration to be a Doctor, though he acknowledges it as part of his past. In fact, the name of the War Doctor is not even used by the characters. It only appears in the credits and in discussions of the show.
I said he was me. I never said he was the Doctor.
Oh, I don't understand.
My name, my real name. That is not the point. The name I chose is the Doctor. The name you choose, it's like a promise you make. He's the one who broke the promise.
What I did without choice.
I know.
In the name of peace and sanity.
But not in the name of the Doctor.
So is the Doctor the same person throughout the show? Does he temporarily become a different person as the War Doctor? Or is every regeneration a different person? In the end, it is how you define a person that determines the answer. Even the Doctor himself isn't certain.
You're not dying, don't be stupid. It's only a bullet. Just regenerate.
No.
One little bullet, come on.
I guess you don't know me so well. I refuse.
Regenerate. Just regenerate. Please. Please.
As other Time Lords have chosen death over regeneration, we know that they do not consider it to be the same thing. Yet some regenerations view the process of regeneration as death.
Even if I change, it feels like dying. Everything I am dies. Some new man goes sauntering away. And I'm dead.
Other regenerations view it simply as a change, or at least choose to go peacefully.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
Perhaps most telling is how the Doctor interacts with his past selves. With time travel as part of the show, this happens fairly often.
I don't know. Never mind that.
Is he really?
Me? Yes. Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
You're me? Both of you?
Yup.
Even that one?
Yes.
You're my future selves?
Yes.
Am I having a midlife crisis?
Except in the case of the War Doctor, the Doctor is okay with meeting past or future selves. Even when their personalities conflict, he holds no grudge against them as being the result of his current self dying, indicating that he sees something of this current regeneration living on in them. Perhaps the answer lies in the narrative itself. In his essay Who's Who on Gallifrey, Richard Hanley brings up how we consider the show Doctor Who. Each episode or serial tells a story, but they are all part of the overall narrative of the show. Regeneration scenes mark a change in the show's character dynamic and plot, but the character's overall role in the story remains the same, and events of previous episodes lead into new ones. The use of a separate name for the War Doctor in production of the show reflects the character's view of him as a different person, yet as part of his past. The Doctor's view of other past and future selves reinforces the show's idea that, while the actors change, it is still the same character, and thus, on some level, the same person.
This song is ending, but the story never ends.